was 0-2 against Real. BratOK won over Cloud. Score in that series was 2-1. So BratOK's pretty comfortable in the group right now. He can lose here and not be out. Moon does not have that luxury. Another loss here, and his tournament life is virtually over. I guess there's some weird situations where we could have like a three-way tie, like if BratOK goes 3-0.
Yeah, there could definitely be a really huge problem for Moon. He needs to take a win now if he does not want to rely on the possibility of a three-way tie. We have an on Metalopolis on the 12 o'clock start position in the red color, playing for Fnatic. His opponent cross-positioned in blue, BratOK, and this is indeed going to be a pretty good game. And it's the first Zerg versus Terran that we have today.
Yes, it is. It is the first ZVT of the day. Really excited. This is a great matchup, one of my most favorite matchups to watch, to play, and to cast. So I'm in a happy place right now, Khaldor.
Yeah, so am I. I want to see Moon excel because the last game against Real, let's face it, was a little bit disappointing seeing him going down 2-0. And
I mean, he kind of got cheesed twice. Like, kind of. Yeah. Like, it was two-base play in both games, but it was very aggressive, all-any two-base play. And both times he wasn't quite capable of coping with it. So he needs to bounce back here. He really needs to bounce back here.
Yeah, he certainly does. And Moon is just a player that I would really be disappointed if he would not be able to just show us at least a couple of really good games. He was a former Warcraft 3 champion. He is such an accomplished player. But in StarCraft 2, he is still struggling a little bit. Yeah,
well, I mean, he only recently made the transition to full-time StarCraft 2. And I mean, it's taken guys, you know, the game. We have guys that have been playing at the top level since the game came out, who still haven't gotten that big tournament win. So I mean, it takes a while to develop. I look at Grubby.
Yeah.
You know,
best example. Grubby being a former Warcraft 3 player as well. Moon and Grubby, they had just so many epic matches, and now Grubby has been playing StarCraft 2 for quite a while, full time, and he is getting better and better. But Moon obviously needs a little bit.
Maybe he needs more time. Maybe we haven't seen the best. Maybe he's going to show us the most amazing game. He's going to go like Nidus, Baneling, Overlord, Broodlord, Infestor drop.
I still remember
on 6 bases.
When Moon went for Nidus attacks with a Hydralisk or Hydralisk drops into main bases. It was just so epic. And, well, we might just see a similar style today.
Well, I mean, we definitely haven't gotten to see Moon after he's gotten his economy going. So, I mean, there's no telling what we're going to see. So I'm very eager to see him bounce back. BratOK, on the other hand, is a guy that I love seeing play and play well. Cloud actually said that he feels like BratOK is the best player in this group.
Interesting.
Those were Cloud's words. Me and Rotterdam joke about BratOK quite a bit. We call him the Terminator because he looks kind of like a scary Terminator guy.
He does, and he's actually a lot taller than I always thought. I saw a couple of his pictures, and I always thought that he was really short, but the guy is like...
No, he's like a big, tall guy.
Nearly 2 meters.
Like, if like, when I think about somebody getting assassinated via, like, piano wire, I think of BratOK as the guy that pulls the piano wire. Like, I can just see him walking up behind us, you know, gets the wire around, he kind of chokes you out.
Now I'm really scared. Thank you so much for that. Every time that BratOK is around me, I'll be like... completely scared and just trying to get away somehow.
But he's the nicest guy in the world. He's like the friendly assassin.
Yeah. Is there something like a friendly
assassin? Yeah, he like compliments you right before he chokes you out.
I'm so sorry that I just have to kill you, but well, you know how it is.
It's nothing personal. It's all business.
And yeah, you're like, yeah, well then don't worry. Go ahead.
Yeah. You're so polite. Yes, I will let you kill me now.
We have a couple of barracks following up the early expansion of BratOK. He started right with a 1 barracks expansion, took 2 refineries, and we have him on 3 barracks now. Already researching Stim. There was no early game aggression. BratOK didn't even try to build a bunker in order to force a couple of additional Zerglings. Moon is trying to establish his economy. He is on 34 to 24 harvests now, 2 base obviously, and heading out with another drone. So it looks like we are going to have an early third against Terran.
Yeah, and I'm actually surprised that BratOK didn't make a single Hellion. As that is just sort of what people do these days. Hellion builds into like double expand have gotten so common.
That's the bread and butter build. The Hellions in order to just force the creep back so that there's no chance the Zerg player can spread his creep out further, trying to deny the 3rd base, and this is exactly what we see Moon do now. He's taking the 3rd. He's uncontested so far. But, well, BratOK with 2 reactors already is trying to get a little bit aggressive, I think.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be playing a pretty biocentric style. I'm guessing this factory is so that he can move up to Starport and get some medevacs. But I mean, this is really comfortable for Moon, and what we're seeing right now is a completely unchecked Zerg economy. He's got the Baneling Nest going down, building a lot more drones. Lair has not begun yet, but I do suspect, I mean, like right now, there it is, yep. Right as he had that 100 gas, he starts it up, so things looking pretty good on Moon's side of the map. I've got to say that I would be happy to be in this position, and it's also looking like he wants to play, you know, Mutiling Bane. He's got the Baneling Nest, he's got the 4 gas. No Evo chambers anywhere just yet, so definitely looks like a Mutalisk opening.
And with all those, with the Baneling Nest, he's definitely in a position where he can encounter any incoming push of his opponent, centered along the bio units. So I'm not quite sure if BratOK is really going for the best strategy here. He's transitioning into the starport now to get his first medivacs. We have him also with the engineering bay, but Moon adding 2 of his evolution chambers with double evolution chamber. He will start early double upgrades. And Moon is just looking so strong right now. You're perfectly right, Ben.
That's cool that he drops the double Evo. Now I'm not actually completely convinced that it will be Mutas. It's still looking very Mutalisky, but a lot of Lings coming out, and with double Evo, it could be some sort of like Infestorling style.
And he's getting a ton of Zerglings right now, and Banelings as well. BratOK is getting ready for a small attack. He already has 27 Marines, but the Ling-Baneling combination should be able to deal with it. Here comes BratOK moving in. Moon looks like he is ready, but he's not engaging too much. He doesn't want to go free, but nice positioning the Banelings at the ramp now.
Oh, look at Moon. He's not ready to give up on this. He's going to come around from the back with the Zerglings. Marines trying to get away, but it's not going to happen.
Wow, very well done by Moon. BratOK losing a lot of Marines there, and this is definitely something that should not have happened. Now he will be in a very, very defensive position, and he's trying to get a third,
and
but I don't think that he'll be able to do it.
So it's going to be like a later Mutalisk build here. Macro Hatch also down for Moon. He's looking much better here in this game than he did against Real, though he has just hit a very nasty supply block. And he's only building 1 Overlord, which is not going to cut it.
He has a very, very decent creep spread. I like it a lot. We don't seem to go for the Baneling speed just yet, something that I would have loved to see him after completing Lair. The Macro Hatch is being built, and there's a small drop at the back, trying to get into the smoke screen. This is what happens. And will Moon be ready for it?
He's got no units in position, so he's going to take some damage.
Yeah, and there they come. Spinning in, taking down a few of the drones right away, maybe even trying to target down some of the extractors.
Yep, Lings do show up, and this will usher out this drop. Immediately, immediately Moon starts to morph a couple more Banelings.
And he's dropping again, and he's trying to take down the Queens. At the same time, we have another drop at the bottom, and Moon needs to be prepared for it. Oh, we have BratOK taking out the first Queen, trying to get into touch with the second. Oh, but here are the Banelings!
Oh, yep, every Marine dying there. Second drop making its way back into the back of the natural. But I don't know. I don't think there's any more opportunities for damage. I think BratOK's done as much as he's going to do at this point. 10 Mutas about to pop out, and that means that this dropship has about 5 seconds left to live, Khaldor.
Yeah, he might be able to take trading Marines now for Banelings.
That was cute.
Very cute decision.
That was cute. It really sucks to be that Marine.
Yeah, he's like the pawn in the chess play.
He's like, okay, you have to jump. The guy's like, oh, dude, that's not what I signed up for.
It definitely is not. Moon on 130 supply against 97, 71 harvests against 56. We have 3 bases, a 4th being built for Moon, and BratOK is sitting on 2 mining bases, getting a 4th command center.
Yeah, he's adding tons of command centers. Man, Moon is still droning so hard. He's got 80 drones out, and he's got 10 more buildings, so he's going to be on 90 drones here soon. His 1-1 is done, no 2-2. Oh, there it is. As soon as I say it, 2-2 starts.
The one thing that you have to be really careful about if you're a Zerg player and you drone up that much is that at some point you need to start building a lot of spine crawlers in order to get rid of the economy supply of the harvesters and start to build a little bigger army. Moon is in a position where he can definitely pressure BratOK, but he has to make sure that at some point he's getting rid of some of his drones.
A little sloppy by Moon trading a Mutalisk for a turret there. He could have microed that 1 Muta back. But we can see that his economy is excellent, and he can definitely afford to make trades like that on a very solid 4 base. Man, he's still making more drones. He's at this point, he's really overdoing it on the drones. He's about to be at 97 drones.
Yeah, exactly. This is a little bit surprising. He will be on so many drones. It's actually insane. He will be at 100 drones. Harassing with the Mutalisks now, just trying to kill a bunch of those Marines, but he needs to be careful. The Mutalisks are being pressured now. +1 attack for their flyers being upgraded. We have +2/+2 as Ben managed to point out earlier. And we have the infestation pit now as he realized that BratOK is just going so Marine heavy.
Stop droning, Moon. Really, you've got enough. Your economy is good, bro. Start throwing down some spine crawlers. Look at, in spite of this 100 drone economy, look at his money. It's like 0. He is macroing so well. Still adding more drones. He's going to be at 104 drones now.
There's a drop at the 4th base, left side of the map. We have the spine crawlers in position though. BratOK is dropping right into them. The Queen could go for a transfuse.
That drop is not gonna. Nothing's gonna come of that drop. High finishing up right now for Moon, so maybe the idea behind all these drones is to...
How cheeky is that? That's the drop play, and he is just expanding. He doesn't really care. He's like, yeah, well, I'm just going to throw down another hatchery.
Yep, and these Marines going to be incapable of doing anything about it. They will all be cleaned up here. BratOK just kind of forgetting about that dropship, doesn't micro it at all.
Quick look at the income. Moon is on nearly 3,000 minerals per minute.
With no gold base. That's so sick. Muta's flying into the main once again, going to pick off some turrets here. Where is BratOK's army? Looks like it was all down at the 3rd base, and it's all quickly rushing back. A bunch of turrets getting picked off, but that's really all that Moon has managed to kill here.
Yeah, only the turrets, and BratOK is immediately rebuilding them. Just costs him a couple of minerals. That's all he needs.
He's at 3K, 1K.
And he's at 100 drones exactly.
Yep, just made about 40 banelings and about 50 zerglings. So this is just like ultra baneling mode here.
He will be in 5 bases in a second. 5 bases against 3. He's going for the
going to be 5 saturated bases.
Getting +2 attack, 52 additional zerglings. This is just insane. Moon is going crazy.
Yeah, his eco is just redonkulous with a capital donkulous. No Greater Spire yet. In fact, he's getting +2 flyer attack before he gets that Greater Spire. So the only hive tech he's getting is adrenal glands and +3 attack.
Look at this attack with the banelings nearly running into his opponent's tanks. We have a bunch, well, the orbital command is in position, but this base is not going to happen.
It's a really small tank count for BratOK, and I really worry that if the banelings were to just come a-rolling, that they would kill everything. Looks like Moon actually has made up his mind to go after the 3rd base.
Has been scanned, though.
It has been scanned, but I don't know if it's going to make a difference, because here come those banelings. They're going to come crashing in. Orbital probably wants to lift, and it does lift. So actually all Moon manages to kill here is the bunker, some Marines, and that is it.
Attack at the left side of the map, a drop play by BratOK being on 2 attack upgrades and 1 armor, and the hatch is going to fall there, and there's no chance that he can save the hatchery, even the Lynx streaming in. If he targets down the hatchery, then it is definitely being Moon using 1 base.
Drones just like being sent out to throw up spine crawlers in the midst of this mayhem.
Those Marines did a ton of damage. All these Lynx, finally the drop is being cleared, but the hatch is down, and the base for BratOK in the middle of the map is
We walk single file to hide our numbers, but it doesn't matter when there's that Marine sitting there with the stim.
We have the flyers and 2 attack upgrades now at the same time. The Ultimus cabin finishes. We have Chitinous plating coming up, +3/+3 for Moon. He's going for the Greater Spire, and BratOK is also trying to max out on upgrades for his bio army.
Yeah, 3-3 on the way for BratOK. It's going to be fully upgraded Zerg as well. Mutas are becoming less relevant here in this game, but we can see Greater Spire is actually finishing, so the Brute Lord switch is imminent.
BratOK is actually doing really, really well. I expected Moon to be more aggressive after he built so many drones, after he had the economy and all the upgrades, but now BratOK is in a position that is not too shabby.
Oh, he's going to have to stim and run back here. He's going to lose all the tanks and Thors to just pure baneling.
Wow.
That's a great script by BratOK.
Kind of trading armies, but he's just getting rid of all these Zerglings. He's going for a ton of Ultralisks. And I have to tell you, Ben, I don't like Ultralisks.
I don't like the choice to go Ultra either. I think Brood Lords make a lot more sense, especially given that BratOK's just on a single starport and he hasn't produced a single Viking this whole game. So Brood Lords would be pretty effective. Still, though, that wasn't a bad trade for Moon. I mean, he's got this huge economy, so he can get away with that kind of stuff. Wow, I hear more banelings blowing up. Okay, that was at the side of the map.
Exactly. A small drop, but the base has not been rebuilt by Moon just yet. So BratOK now trying to drop into the main base. Sieging up his tanks at the low ground. He's still on 4 bases against 5. Here we go. Will the queens die? Yes, one of them does. The second one as well.
Yeah, but here comes 7 fully upgraded Ultras and a lot of Zerglings, and BratOK actually is not going to have nearly the fighting force to deal with that.
Way too small now. He doesn't have +3/+3 yet, so Moon has not only the upgrade advantage, but also the numbers to pull it off. 145 supply for BratOK. Moon with 200. Is he going in for the kill? No, he's not. He's backing off once again. And he's on 80 drones still.
Yeah, it's exactly 80 drones, in fact. So finally he's gotten that worker number down to something a little bit more reasonable. I don't want to see Moon sitting back, though. He needs to be active. He's going to morph more Banelings. He's going to be like Ultralisk Baneling. Oh, what is this attack? Walking into some Marines there. BratOK is producing tanks 3 at a time, Khaldor. It's a lot of tanks.
Yeah, that's really a lot of tanks. I mean, his tank count is up at 7 now. We'll be at 10 very, very soon. And Moon still producing Ultralisk. He's going for more and more Ultralisks. And obviously, with the recent changes to the Ghost, it's a little bit more of a problem for the Terran player to deal with the Ultralisks.
Sure.
But I still feel like Metalopolis is not a map where you want to use Ultralisks if you have the Great Aspire, if you have the +2 attack upgrade already, and all the upgrades for the Broodlings, especially with a base in the middle of the map.
Yeah. I mean, this is like prime real estate for Broodlords. Oh, this move commanded army getting caught out in the open here, and it takes a while, but an Ultralisk does fall to those upgraded Marines, and Moon just going to run. Where are you going, Moon? He hasn't. Oh, I like this move. Burrows some Banelings. Will BratOK walk onto those? But no, he scans and kills all of them.
He scans and kills all of them, and BratOK is going to lead the way in regards to the supply. Look at all those units.
Look at the siege tanks. That's exactly what we were talking about. A bunch of them will die to these Ultras, but Marauder Marine going to come clean up the rest, and Moon's supply plummeting down to only about 150 supply.
BratOK is playing so much more efficient. He lost 16,000 resources, and Moon lost additional 10k. It's insane, and he is still producing Ultralisks. Why? You just saw that they were just blocking each other. The tanks and the focus fire bio army took down every single one of them, and Moon might be in trouble here.
I don't think this is a question of maybe. I think definitely Moon's in some trouble. He's got 183 supply of Zergling Ultra against Marine Marauder Medevac Siege Tank. That is an army that is made for fighting against Ultras. There is one Broodlord morphing, though, and a couple more Corruptors on the way, so finally Moon has made up his mind to start transitioning into Broods. And I do think that's a good choice, but we are going to see another big engagement here. Ultras, Lings, and Infestors all coming forward.
Where are the Fungals? He needs some Fungals on the Marines. There they are, Fungal, beautiful, and now most of the Marines already got another huge Fungal.
Brilliant. Brilliant Fungals there by Moon. Does clean up the vast majority of that Terran army. BratOK still at 150 supply, though, and helpfully mining on many bases.
A couple of units in the main base of Moon. Is he able to take down the Ultras Cabin? It certainly looks like it. At the same time, we have Moon attacking the 4th base of his opponent.
Ooh, burrowed Banelings, but they don't actually kill anything.
No, they don't, and we have another Fungal going off. 2 Ultras trying to go in. They don't do a lot of damage, especially with all those Medivacs hovering on top. And another drop for BratOK at the top left.
Yeah, dropping all around the map, and he's doing some damage now to the economy of Moon, being whittled down to 70 drones, which is still actually plenty. Broodlords are really entering the fray. Those numbers are starting to climb. There's 1 Broodlord out. There's 6 more morphing. And there's still Corruptors on the field, so there's no... Okay, Viking production just now beginning for BratOK. He knows that it's coming, adding 2 more Starports, getting the weapons for his ships.
And another drop at the bottom, picking up all the Marines as soon as the Zerglings arrive. BratOK is playing this really well.
Yeah.
I have to say, Moon impressed me at the start of the game. He played just so intense, and he was able to shut down the Marine attack. He got economy that was just superb, but then he kind of slacked off a bit. He didn't apply any pressure onto his opponent, and BratOK, he played it perfectly from that point on.
Some Broodlords getting chased by the Marines there. They're going to drop a couple of Broodlings. The Broodlord count right now is 7, and that is enough to be scary. Wow, that is a very scary. Broodlord, Ultralisk, Zergling, Infestor. And now 11 Mutalisks. That's an interesting choice, and I kind of feel like Moon just said, all right, I need to have some anti-air for these drops.
Oh, nice transfuse on the Great Aspire, but he dies nonetheless to the drop of BratOK at the top right. And we have just drops going off everywhere. He's playing it so smart, trying to apply some pressure and making sure that his opponent is not getting too greedy. This time the Broodlord's in a good position though, taking on the orbital command. There are a lot of Vikings though, he needs to be careful at the bottom.
No anti-air right now. Ultras and Zergling's going to come streaming in, but there's a lot of 3-3 bio there. The Broodlords are completely exposed. There's nothing to defend these Broodlords at all. Where are those 11 Mutas?
And Moon is dropping now. He is dropping in supply down to 120 against 144. We're still waiting for the Mutalisks. The Mutalisks at the right side of them will probably attack the 5th base for BratOK. There's 1 to it, but that won't be enough.
Yeah, that'll die very fast to these +3 attack Mutas.
But we have BratOK moving out now. He's on 150 supply, and he needs to do some damage. We have here Moon taking on the missile turret.
Oh, chain repair.
Actually survives.
It does eventually fall. But look at this push up at the top left-hand corner of the map. Tanks, Marines, Marauders. Bailey's going to come try to crash in, but BratOK with some beautiful Marine splitting. A good fungal goes down. And finally, there's a decent detonation on the Banelings. 130 supply for BratOK against the 110 or so of Moon. He looks like he might actually be losing 2 bases here at the same time, and this is effectively his only remaining mining income. And BratOK has actually spotted this base on the far right side. He's going to be expanding there at the same time. So Moon in a lot of trouble, Khaldor. He's going to lose both these bases, and that actually could be curtains for Moon here in game number 1.
It definitely could, especially with the Marines now moving to the right side of the map and taking down the drones at the hidden base of Moon. There are more Vikings everywhere taking on the the Overlords now, trying to supply block Moon at that. And
God, so
there's
many
just
Vikings
everywhere. Exactly, he has 13 of them.
Yeah.
And it's looking horrible now. 70 supply left for Moon, 138 for BratOK. BratOK still has mining bases. Moon does not. I can't believe that BratOK was able to turn this around.
I mean, BratOK did a great job of bouncing back here, but I do feel like a lot of the outcome comes down to Moon choosing to stay on Ultras for so long.
Yeah, playing a little bit too passive for my taste. He could have capitalized on his huge economy lead way earlier. I have the feeling that he could have even tried to shut down the 3rd base of his opponent.
Yeah, I think he could have been much more active about denying expansions. But now Moon down to just 50 supplies, badly supply blocks, can't really produce right now, and he knows that he's pretty much out of this thing at this point. 151 supply for BratOK against the 50 of Moon. I just want to say, you know, Ultras, in my opinion, they're a win more unit, if that makes any sense. When you're ahead, Ultras are good at ending games. But when the games are kind of even or even, you know, a little bit close, Ultras are typically just not very cost effective. And in this instance, Moon is feeling that badly.
Moon is supply blocked. He only has 18 available supply types. GG.
There it is.
And this is it. After looking really good in the game, we have Moon typing GG. BratOK takes the first map.
Yeah, first game goes to BratOK, and Moon, who is in such a really great position, just kind of lets it slip away a little bit. I think